Hello everyone, and welcome to a bit of a weird video, very different to what I normally do. Just to say, there's going to be no games in this video. I'm going to be talking about that little holiday I went on, because I just wanted to show some of the videos and some of the photos that I took in that holiday, and I just thought, you know, maybe you guys would be interested. I don't know, if you are, then here it is for you. If you're not, then I guess whatever. Recently, me and my mum, we went to Port Lincoln, which, as you can see in Google Maps, it is all the way down here, not Axel, whatever that maritime museum is. It's down there though. And I live right here in Adelaide. So you're thinking, can't you just like go across the water? No, it's not an option. You can fly, but it's way too expensive. From there to there is like 500-ish. So it's not worth it. So we did the drive, which is a bit boring, bit fun. As you can see, it takes nearly 7 hours. So it is quite a long time, and that's with 0 stops at all. We did stop a couple times, so it's probably nearer to 7.5, somewhere around there. First of all, I've got a few little videos of the driving. I have them up on screen right now, and I have got a couple photos which will appear as well. So this was just generally driving up on the way there, some of the photos I took on the way there. And just showing the landscape and all that sorts of stuff pretty much. It's pretty barren. It is Australia, so like you don't expect to see too many crazy things. That's why I took some photos and videos of like the hills and stuff, especially in my area in Australia. There really aren't any. And then one of the other interesting things, I didn't take too many photos of them because I mean some of them were a bit boring, but we have this thing called silo art, as you can see on screen now. It's just like random artwork on big silos, basically. So we've skipped over quite a bit because I didn't take heaps of photos on the way up and we didn't stop heaps, but I'm now in Tumney Bay, which is an area just outside of the place that we were staying. I've got some videos going on now of the water. It was raining that day, so it wasn't like incredibly good looking, but I just wanted to show kind of like what it looked like in that area. There's a nice jetty and the beach and all that. Even though it was raining on that day, it still looked quite nice, and I thought it was nice at least. So I thought I'd put this in, and then there's me walking on the jetty. You could see a pelican up on the pole. You'll see a photo of one in a second. But I just kind of wanted to show what it looked like, show around the area. And then this is that photo of the pelican I was talking about. So I was walking on the jetty and he landed like up above me on the pole, and I quickly ran back to the car and got my actual DSLR camera. So that's what you're seeing right now, the pelican. And then we got to Port Lincoln, which was our destination. So the red circle's Port Lincoln, yellow is where we were. So all the way around, 7 hours later. And then this is the view from the hotel that we were staying in. So, you know, you've got ocean view, a bit of the town as well. It looks quite nice. And then here's a view of the sunset one as well. So it's the same spot, but in the sunset. I thought it looked really nice. Now, there was one thing that we learnt on the second day, like the next day, because we got there quite late, like 4 p.m, 3, 4, 5, I can't remember. It might have been 3 or 4. But we woke up to this bird waking us up the next morning. I've got a little sound clip of it here, so I'll just let you guys listen to it. Now, it may not sound super loud in the video, but I can guarantee you that was incredibly loud. And it went, I think it was from like 3 a.m. till like 9 in the morning, or even later, just constantly going and going and going. Honestly, I didn't mind it. I like birds, so I'm not going to like hate on a bird for making its noise. I just wanted to showcase it. So then on the second day, which was the full day we had, because we only really had a full day and then 2 like quarter days really. We went to a lookout called Winter Hill Lookout, and this is what it looks like out from there. So this is like above that town, it's just like on a hill above that town basically, and it's quite a nice lookout. It's very, very windy, but it looks real nice. And that's just a still shot of like the city, or the town I mean. And then this bird coming up here is a New Holland honey eater, which is just a type of honey eater, as the name of it suggests. So then once we were done at the lookout, we then went to a area. We were going to go to like a conservation park area, national park, that's the one I'm looking for. But you had to pay to go in. So we just went to this little area, and there's some nice beaches. So I've got a bunch of videos of the beaches here. I thought it looked really nice. At the end of the video, I'm going to have like a minute or 2 section of just the water, like just still videos of it and not me talking. And then that was down on the beach, because we had to scale down some real sharp rocks to get down there, but it was really, really nice. And then just walking on the beach, and it was just, honestly, I never really liked the beach much before this. Like I didn't really care for the beach, but this kind of made me realize, wow, okay, the beaches could be real nice. So I'm definitely planning on going to some beaches in spring, summer, etc. I just need to be careful because my city-state is having an algal bloom issue, which is killing off fish and making some like poisonous algae in the water. And then I've got a photo of 2 Pacific gulls. So they're a type of gull, but they're like bigger basically. they were sitting on a rock, which was that beach that I just showed you at. It was like above that. And then when one of them was going by, we noticed that it had a crab in its mouth. I didn't get to change my camera's settings quick enough, so the photo is blurry, but you can see what I mean by the crab in its mouth. And this is a lookout over, it's like probably like 200 meters to the left of the last video. It's on the top of a hill area. Honestly, it doesn't look high from here, but if you look down in real life, it was like really high. I don't like heights, so it was like, ooh, I don't want to fall. But like that was like 20 meters or more. And then this is from the same sort of area, just showing a bit of a wider shot. And then I saw some cormorants on the rock, like right in front of the area where those videos were. So the ones that are white and black with the black beak, they are called black-faced cormorants. And then the two bigger ones on the top of the rock, they are pied cormorants, but they're actually a coastal variant, because like the little bit above the beak is orange, but it's normally yellow, I believe. So they're a subspecies, which is kind of cool. You guys know how much I love subspecies in Monster Hunter. And then this is a little photo of just like, I thought this sign looked aesthetic, just like the danger, keep clear of the cliffs, basically. I thought it looked cool. Then this bird, I believe, is called a sooty oyster catcher. Also, excuse how shaky that little video is there. That was with my DSLR, and then there's an actual still photo of it. And then this was, after those beaches, there was like a little, it almost looks like salt flat area with a little bit of water, so I just took a little video of that as well. And then here's a bunch of fish. So we're back in the main town of Port Lincoln now. So there was a lot of like bait fish schools, so I just took a general photo of it. There was like thousands of the fish. It was pretty cool. There weren't any big fish really, but there was a lot of small fish. And then here's a photo of one of those sooty oyster catchers and a cormorant again. I thought this was funny because, as you can see, the cormorant is looking at the thing. In real life, you could see it was trying to scare it away, like it didn't want the sooty oyster catcher to be near it. So I just thought that was kind of funny. And then not even like 5 minutes later, we saw some dolphins. So here's a still photo of the dolphins. And then I've got a couple videos coming up. Now they are with DSLR, so please excuse how shaky they are. The DSLR doesn't have stabilization, but it was a mum and a baby dolphin. And I thought it was a really cool capture, even though the video isn't perfectly, non-shaky. But still, I thought it was just like really cool to experience. And then this is just another little video of them further away. So they're just swimming away now. But this was basically like the biggest fish, I guess you could call it, I saw. Obviously they're not specifically fish, but we didn't see any like big normal fish. We just saw the dolphins as like the biggest water animal, I guess. And then this was the hotel at nighttime. So like this was from the hotel view, balcony, I mean to say the view from the balcony. Because we went out at night with a flashlight onto that jetty. That was, the videos of the dolphin was at the end of the jetty. So we went out there with a flashlight because we saw some crabs in the day. And I was thinking, why don't we have a look at them at night? Surely they'll be out some more. But first, we saw a sea star. This is Australia's biggest sea star, apparently. It's called the 11-armed sea star. This one has 13 arms, though, which is interesting. Apparently they have like, I can't remember, they have up to 15 arms, I think was the max. It doesn't look very big in the photo, but in real life it looked quite large. I don't know how big specifically because it's in the water, but it did look really large to me. And then this next one is a video of a crab. Sorry about the strobing. We were using an LED flashlight and I didn't realize it would strobe. So like the black lines going through the video, I didn't realize that was going to happen until after I'd already taken it. But you can just see this is a spider crab, not Japanese spider crab, it's just a spider crab. They've been taking over like that area where this video was taken and where we were. But I thought it was quite cool because like, look how massive its pincers are. And then I've got a still photo of the crab as well. I think this might have been a different crab, but it was slightly out of the water so you can see a bit more. And then a video of the hotel view at night. It's a pretty grainy video, but I just wanted to show it at night because I showed it in the day and everything as well. So this was the next morning. So this was the last morning, I think. This is a view from down. Like it's down by the trees in front of the hotel. I just thought it looked really nice. And then some more still photos. So that's a still photo of the same spot, just I think it was earlier maybe, I can't remember. And then this is just a normal seagull, silver gull, which I just thought looked really nice with the background, like the sunset background. And then this is the same sort of thing, but a Pacific gull and the boat in the background. I just thought it looked really nice. And then this is on the jetty in the morning. So this was all, if I remember right, like 6-7 a.m. somewhere around there. I can't remember like the exact time. It was somewhere around, like it was early morning basically. And then this next photo, the dolphins were back again, and I managed to capture this still photo of the dolphin jumping. I just thought it looked really nice, especially like the background of the sunset. And then one final view from the hotel. This was just before we were going. I just took a couple extra photos from the view, from like the balcony to have a look at the view. And then we started to go back. So from there we went basically exactly backwards what we did before, but we went to Port Tumney first because it was a really nice town when we went, it was just raining. So we went back because the day was quite nice and sunny. So this is a view from that jetty from earlier, like at the start of the video. And then there was this bird that there was a bunch of them flying around. They're called a welcome swallow. So they're just like a little bird that flies around like crazy. And then there was a bunch of little pied cormorants. So these are different to the other cormorants earlier. They're a different type. I just thought it looked nice. They're all lined up in a row on the railing there. And then underneath that exact jetty, there was the black-faced cormorants again. So there was multiple different types of cormorants on that jetty, which I thought was kind of cool. From Tumney Bay, we then didn't stop anywhere until Whyalla, which is like it's a few hours up. It's quite far away. But we wanted to have a look at this round jetty. But first of all, there were 2 pelicans on a pole. So I, of course, took another photo of the pelicans and then a photo of a seagull because I just thought it looked nice. And then I took a photo of the water just to show like how clear it is. It was so clear, like the seaweed obviously takes up some, but it was really clear and it was quite shallow for honestly 100+ meters or so. And then there was this, which is a red wattlebird. So this was the thing that I think was making noise earlier, but this is in Whyalla, so you know, completely different area. And then just a general photo on the way back again. This was some mountains. I thought it looked nice because I don't normally see mountains. And then we're at Port Augusta, which is right at the top, as you can see in the red circle, right at the tip, which is like almost halfway point basically. And I took this photo here. It's a bit blurry because we were driving at like 80 k's an hour or something. I think we just got into a town. Anyway, I just took this photo because the red dirt, I kind of wanted to show you guys like the classic Australian look of like, you know, the trees and the red dirt and all of that. And then this was in Port Augusta. There was just some mountains in the background. I just thought looked nice. And then some more general mountains. There's a bunch of photos of mountains. As you can see, I'm not normally around mountains. So I was like, ooh, mountains, cool. And they're not even big compared to like most countries' mountains. They're really small, but still, it was cool. And then here's a photo of, I don't actually know what type of kite. I think it's a kite. I'm not too sure. Anyway, I'm not sure what it is, and this was taken from the car, so it's a really bad photo, quite blurry and not very good exposure, but I just thought I'd show that. And then basically all the way back at this point, so this was like maybe an hour outside of Adelaide. There's this little Loch Ness monster thing in this town. I don't know why, but it's there, so there's a photo of it. And then all the way back in Adelaide now. Yeah, so I just thought you guys might be interested in seeing how the holiday was, seeing a bunch of photos and videos. Just keep in mind, this is really, really condensed. I think I took in total like 3,000 photos. I'll just keep in mind only about 800 are good because like I was doing burst shot of birds and stuff because I love taking photos of birds. But just keep that in mind. There are a lot of photos and this is really, really condensed. Honestly, I could probably make this into an hour-long video, but I didn't want to do that because I feel like it would probably be boring. And there'll just be a lot of this is that, this is that, this is that, this is that type thing. And I don't think that's super interesting because I didn't take heaps of videos. You guys actually saw pretty much every video I took. I took mainly photos over videos. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, I'm going to just leave it off here with a minute or two, somewhere around a minute and a half. I'm not actually sure how many videos there are, but of just beach. Like it was just some still videos of the beach. They go for a little bit. There's various videos. I think there's 3 or 4 videos over that like minute and a half period or something like that. So I just thought you guys might want to, you know, watch it, listen to it, etc. So I hope you guys enjoy. But yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. See you then.